So it's from the original the original Age of Empires. So it came out in '99, and this campaign level is probably one of the hardest. So I'm going to quickly just show you the map, and this is going to be going through sort of how people has like adapted the route to try and make it as fast as possible. So here we are. So I'm just going to do a quick overview of the map. This is on DE, but it looks prettier, so it's pretty much the same. So I'm just going to explain the map and what we need to do. So we start in the north. We have these cavalry units. We have 10, and our first goal is we need to get a transport ship, and we need to kill the engineers, or at least take their villages and their siege. And then our goal is to kill everybody else. So we have these Chinese states we need to kill. We have red, light blue, green, and yellow. So one thing to note, there's some bombard cannons here that we're going to need to take because, well, it's the quickest way to do it. So they're free and we can collect them. And yellow is OP as hell. So this is Jin. Okay, so red builds archers and scorpions and some battering rams. So that happens. And this dude just spams archers and skirmishers. It doesn't really start with too much. Green on top this mountain sort of city, I suppose, or mountain, builds chickenoos, these guys here, and mangonels. And Jin builds chickenoos, knights in Imperial Age, and we'll add in a few monks. Cool. So after a certain amount of time, yellow will build a wonder. It's normally about 40 minutes in game time, so that's why this level is like so difficult for people who, I don't know, play it more casually. You might be, say, building a base over here, like nice and happy, and then Jin just ruins your fun by building a wonder here, and you have to try and come and kill it. And it's difficult because Jin builds lots of units, and he's got a sick base. So that's pretty much the map. And also we have the Great Wall of China here, which we ignore mostly because, yeah, there's no point going through that. Cool. I think that's all we need to say about the map. So we need to kill the 4 factions, and then we win the level. Nice and easy, right? Nice and easy. Let's quit this. Cool. So what I'm going to do is go through sort of the runs. I'm going to start with the slowest run I can find, so we can get a good overview of what the hell like people's been doing over the years to try and make this level quicker. So the slowest run I could find is by me. So this is me from 2015. Look, professional streamer right here. What's this? Oh baby, there it is. My own tag as well. Oh baby. Okay, so this is on the original one. So we're gonna watch through this run. It's, as you can see, it's 20 minutes old. Oh, I'm still running Windows 7. Anyway, sorry. Let's go. I'm gonna run it in. I'll run it in slightly quicker speed. Okay. Here we go. So all the runs are going to start off basically the same. We need to get to the villagers in Blue's base. So off I go on my quest to kill China. So first we need to do is obviously get our units across this river, nice and easy. And even some waypoints, look at that. And the micro begins. Actually, let me put the chat back up. Okay. Okay. So we've got the villagers. I don't know if Carl's trolling or not. So we build a blacksmith and some houses. So we need houses because we want to build more units. We're building a dock because we're going to need some more transport ships. And we're slowly killing Blue at the moment, which is all pretty standard. And I'm adding a market as well. Has the stream actually frozen? Can anyone say yay or nay in chat, please? Or is it good? Or is it just Carl's brick laptop? Anyway. Okay, no, Joe says, oh dear we. So, I'm building transport ships and we're queuing up some fishing ships. So I actually, yeah, yeah, just my toaster. Okay, zoomed in, cool. Yeah, so we're moving across 4 villages to the Jin side, it looks like. So I've actually watched all these runs already because I've done this already this morning, but my mic cut out halfway through, and now I'm doing it again. So I actually know what's going to happen in these runs. When I did it originally, obviously I know what happened because this is my run, but I mean in a sense that I know exactly what strats I go for because I can remember now. So I've sent villagers over to Jin's side of the map, and we're loading up the transport ships and heading our calves into the main island or the main continent. And off we go. So for most people, if you think of this level, like you've got 4 factions to kill in, well, as fast as you can. So the strat I'm going for is sort of a mini boom into the good old castles everywhere strat, which is pretty, well, I think most people would think about doing this strat because it's probably the most safe strat to do. Like castles are OP against AI, I should say, because AI will see a castle and we'll go, let's kill that castle, and they just run all their units straight at it. That's just how the AI works. They don't really think, oh, maybe I shouldn't send my archer to shoot that massive castle, but, you know, they don't think like that, thank God. So the strat in this run is going to be obtain as much stone as I can, use the bombard cannons and the horses to kill much as the mainland as I can, and then castle the hell out of Jin. So we've built a TC. I'm adding a mining camp to get gold. So I'm looking to try and go to the castle age, because obviously to build castles I need to be in the castle age, and at the moment I'm in feudal. And the boom begins. So boom in is obviously just building villagers and produce, you know, it's more of a multiplayer term, booming. So I built a watchtower here, which even on the first time I watched this I wasn't too sure why I did that. I guess in my head red builds crossbowmen and scorpions, so a tower would probably slow them down quite a bit. So I imagine it's just to make sure that I didn't lose any of my buildings on like the engineer's base. Okay, now the fun begins now. So I've rolled in with my bombard cannons and I'm destroyed red pretty much. So I aim for the archery range first, because obviously if you don't have an archery range you can't build more crossbowmen. And we're killing this TC. So all the AI in the original, well, and HD and Age of AOC, Age of Kings, they surrender if they have no TC and normally less than 3 or 2 villagers, depending on the civ, I think. So what we need to do is kill as many villagers as we can and ensure that they don't have a TC. Luckily for us, in this original one, and back in HD, they don't rebuild a town centre, which is useful. If you did this in sort of the newer Age of Empires 2 DE, the AI will just rebuild a town centre if it has the resources, so that makes it a little bit harder. So we're taking this pig, just a little Mongol thing. The Mongols get a bonus against, get a hunt bonus, so they get a 50% bonus when hunting. So I gain a lot more food off getting the pigs. So I'm taking the piggies. Okay, so what's my plan now? So I've just hit the castle age. I'm dropping a town centre here, which that town centre placement is awful. Like, why would you build a town centre there? If you're going to build a town centre, you should have built it directly on the stone past me. Because obviously the walking time between the stone and the town centre does add up. So, what a noob. Okay, so I'll drop a castle. So I'm dropping a castle there because it's going to be directly on Jin's face or on his base. So the idea of the castles is to obviously, like I said earlier, to pull all the army out of their base, so they got to come fight us, and they lose all their units by running them into a castle, which is great. Oh, I have idle villagers there as well, so I'm still queuing up villagers, which is good. Jin just hit the Imperial Age as well. I was about to say, God, I'm quite quick, but I remembered that this is at quarter time speed, so, or like faster, I should say. And a few farms. So this is a little bit of downtime here, so there's not too much going on. Oh, here we go. Now there's something going on. Looks like I'm about to start fighting Sung. Or in the... They renamed him in Definitive Edition as well to Song. So I don't know which one's right. I guess the definitive one's correct and this one was wrong. So we're killing light blue. So like I said, light blue should not really be much of a threat. If you kill him in the first, say, 20 minutes in game time, he's not going to have enough crossbowmen and skirmishers to really cause a problem. So I'm trying to get murder holes. So what murder holes does is allows your castles and towers to shoot directly down. So I want that for my castle, so if a knight starts attacking the base of it, it gets killed by the castle still. Okay. So I'm still queuing up vills. We're getting tons on stone, but like if I built the town centre closer, it would have probably been a bit better. But it's fine. Okay, so the cav archers are sitting here. So I need the cav archers there to kill the villagers. So the AI on this has a real bad problem that if they lose their town centre, they will just run across the map and start collecting from the most random resources you could imagine. So if you see here, that lumberjack was on a mission to run away. So I'm just making sure that none of these vills get away, because obviously if 2 or more get away, they won't surrender, probably. I know they don't surrender. I know they don't surrender. So you could lose a run by the AI just going on a run. Like you see there, see the green vills just running away up here? Obviously he still has a town centre, so I know he's going to come back. So what I'm doing is dropping towers everywhere, so that when he does come back, I'm going to start shooting him. So it makes sense, but what I could do is kill light blue and then bring my cav archers up to do that job. So building all those watchtowers is a waste of stone, so you know, I'm just saying that it's slow pretty much, or I'm losing time because I'm going to have to wait to build another castle because I'm using my stone on towers instead of castles. And we're still killing villagers, which is good. Cool. We've just bought ourselves another castle and we're dropping it on green's face. Oh, there you go. Light blue died. Red's dead. So we got yellow and green to kill for this first run. So I have a lot of villagers, and this is why I got murder holes. So now I can shoot the knights. And again wheelbarrow, which is a bit strange, but it's okay. It's economy buff. Economy buff, baby. Again, bodkin arrow for more attack on my more range and more attack with arrows, I should say, or range units. Cool. Back to the gold, back to the stone. So as you can see, this runs like I'm pretty much safe now, if that makes sense. I've like yellow has no units, green's gonna have no units because I've got a castle on his face, and now we just need to finish the job of killing the town centres and all the villagers, which we're going to slowly roll in now. And it looks like we're sending some more vills down to yellow because, you know, we do what we do best and we drop castle on people's faces. And I'm building a nice little watchtower over here, which will block the gold from green. Uh-oh. I'm gonna panic. I'm panicking. What am I gonna do? Attack! Okay, it's fine. Oh no, she's dead. Okay, so green's lost his town centre. I lost my tower, which is a bit unlucky with that yellow boat. So we've killed green. Green's dead. Red's dead. So we just got yellow left. So this run, I'll probably speed up a little bit more now because this last is a long time. The last 5 minutes is just very, very slow. Could have done it a lot quicker, but obviously this is his first run. I just wanted to get a run on the leaderboard. So first run that was uploaded to the leaderboard. So I'm building walls there to stop anyone coming in, but I don't understand why I'm building the walls there because obviously a Chukanu could just shoot me over the wall anyway. So I don't understand why I built all those walls because there's no point really. So now I'm moving my bombard cannons over because those guys would be good to kill all yellow's buildings. Cool. So it's probably all we need to say about this level. Like we're gonna build we're waiting for this castle to kill all the units. We need 3 petards to break through the wall. So it's 2 petards for a standard wall, but it's 3 petards for a fortified wall. So I'm just waiting for all these cavaliers to die. And we're in. But yeah, the cavaliers keep coming. So it's useful to try and kill Jin before he hits Imperial Age, because if he's not in Imperial Age, he won't spam knights. He only starts building knights in Imperial Age. So if you can leave him in Castle Age, you might have a better time. But from what I remember, this run took a lot of goes, because it's so easy for stuff to go wrong in Into China, which we'll see a lot more later. Okay. So now we're doing what the Mongols did best, and obviously build castles everywhere. That's obviously what the Mongols did. They didn't ride around with horses and shoot people. They just built castles everywhere. Historically accurate, as always. But I'm building Mangadai, so at least I'm doing something right. So the bombard cannons are here, so I'm going to be aiming for the town centre. I'm even stealing his gold. Well, I was going to kill the... I seen how those bombard cannons were stacked and doing nothing, but it looks like the town centre's going to die. And I've put the Mangadai on the town centre to shoot the vills. So this run, like I said, is just a good base run. I think if anyone was going to run, if they didn't have a rough idea what other people were doing, this would be a run that people would go, oh, makes sense. We drop castles on yellow, we kill the island with the bombard cannons and our original horses, and you know the run's good, if that makes sense. So seems like a good base run. That's why when I looked through this run quickly, I was like, this is probably a good one to start with. Even though it's not the oldest run, it's one of the runs that I thought that made most sense to start with. And we can see that he surrendered because, oh, look at see that mouse wiggle. How excited I was that he surrendered. So, alright, that's that one. Cool. What a run. So that finished with a time of, is it 42 something? It's very slow. 22 minutes, I think. So, next run. On my list, I have a run done on the same day. Believe it or not. On the same day. And I'm going to show you it here. I had to double check this because it was done, I think, is it the same day? Or is like within a few days? Let me double check. So into China, let me check the list. Well, they were both done in the same week. So here we go. So you must have watched my run and have a look. Is this a campaign run? This is going through into China through the years. So I'm not doing any runs today. Well, I might do later, or will probably be tomorrow. So here we go. So I'm going to talk about this run. So this is done by Abi Dabla, a nice German fellow who used to run this game. So I'm going to do the speed.
Great Khan, we have captured a transport ship.
So the starting's going to be the same. We obviously go across to the engineers, and we need to get villagers, right? Because we need villagers to build something to kill yellow. That's what we need the villagers for.
Mongols, run for your lives!
Okay. So the only thing I noticed with this run is he didn't go and collect the villagers straight away. I think this is the only run that doesn't go straight for the villagers. Obviously, he's losing time here because he could already have the villagers, and he could already use his transport ship, so he could already be like moving out, if that makes sense.
With these engineers, we can establish
But
a stronghold in
it's
China
it's minute really. Not really losing that much time. So he's building a blacksmith, and he's building 7 houses. And he's sending his 5 vills into the boat. And moves them to the other side. And he paths them to the corner. Okay. He's grabbing the fletching upgrade, which gives obviously one attack, 1 range to range units. Like archers, towers, castles, etc. And he's landing his units on the main island. The same as what I did. And he's loading up more cav archers. Nice. And same again over to his other units. Okay. So he's killing the engineers. Okay, I'm actually going to slow it down here. Something to talk about. Here we go. Some speedrun strats or AI strats. So how the AI works. So he's hotkeyed his units here, and he's grabbed this 1 scout cav, which we will show in a second. And here they are. So what he's doing is attacking this house with this scout cav here. So what that does is the AI, well, the AI back on HD and AOC, Age of Kings, it gets in his head that I need to kill that light cav. So every military unit that Red has right now will go, right, well, not battering rams, obviously, but every one that can actually attack will go to this scout, okay? So it's just a good old case of pulling the army out. So what he's going to do is leave the rest of his units stood there, and you'll see in a second that these poor crossbowmen are just going to walk into their death. So it's a good strat that we've used in Speedrun for quite a while, with the HD edition anyway, when we were running that game. and he's just lost all his units. Maybe a little bit slower, because you could just fight them head on and probably win if you do some good micro. But so that crossbowman he's shooting with his bombard cannons is actually just spawned, so obviously the aggro's changed. He's not worried about this house anymore. So that's a nice little strat with the AI. And he's going to kill red. Poor red's is going to get shelled with bombards. So he's going to aim for the TC. Like I said earlier, TC dies and all his villagers are dead. He will surrender eventually when... Yeah, it takes a little while though. He will surrender. So he's aiming for the villagers that are building a new archery range and siege workshop, I can tell by that. Because obviously he lost the buildings, he tried to rebuild them. He probably won't rebuild a town centre though. Okay, so here's the strat. So he's attacking the villager, he's attacking the wall with one of his villagers. So the strat here is to attack the wall and pull the army out of his base. Same sort of idea as what the scout cav was doing, right? But what it does lead to happening is obviously the Chukanu's leaving the base and opening the gate. Once the gate's open, we're going to do the well-known strat, which is a douche. So a douche is when you place your town centre on the enemy's town centre. So this is going to be a lot quicker than building your own town centre, getting enough stone to build castles on yellow's face. So yeah, he's just douching pretty much. He's got one villager down in the south because he knows that there's resources down there that yellow's villagers might go towards. So if you see here, he's preparing it, even ringing the town bell, which is lovely. So he's done a good job. So red's already nearly dead. He's building a tower down here to stop yellow coming out. Yellow's got a town centre on his face. So if you have a look here, the HD AI is having a bit of a problem now, having a bit of a fit. So I obviously just found a red villager there, which is nice. So the red town centre, yellow town centre will just keep garrison and ungarrison his units because of the town centre shooting him. You'll see in a second when he looks back. So yeah, see how he's not taking resources now because his villagers are too busy jumping in and out of his town centre. And yeah, so he's sniping down the Chukanu's because obviously they're doing more damage to his town centre. And he's killing villagers at the same time as well, which is good. Okay, so now he's moved on to green now. And if you see, he sent his scout cav to attack the lumber mill. Lumber camp. So now the AI will go and try and attack the cav on the lumber camp. So if you see, all these units are going to walk straight by his bombard cannons and are going to go for that cav at the back. He's trying to shoot the manga now, which he gets it, and a Vil, which is nice. Cool. So now he's just got his villagers sat in his town centre. He's just waiting for the aggro to change and kill villagers, and he'll kill his town centre eventually as well. Okay, cool. So green looks like he's pretty much dead. I think he's lost his town centre, he's lost a lot of vills, he's lost his castle. So green's dead. And looks like he's grabbing the battering ram and the transport ship, so he's going to make use of that as well. So we got green, who's pretty much dead, red, who's pretty much dead, yellow's under attack. So we have light blue he needs to kill now. Okay. Yep, so red's surrendered. Green's surrendering because I noticed how that... Did you see that Vil? Like, he nearly killed the Vil and walked away, and the Vil deleted itself. So that means green must be surrendering. I imagine he'll surrender in the next, what, 5 seconds? Any second now. There you go. So it takes a while for the AI to surrender, because how they do it is they will delete their villages, their production buildings, their town centres or castles, and then they delete every military unit / military building. So that includes towers. So green obviously has the Great Wall. So on the Great Wall of China, which is a bit higher on the map that I showed in the intro, there's tons of towers. So each tower probably is about a second for the AI to manually delete them. So that's what he's doing in that time. Okay, so we have light blue to kill now, and yellow to finish off from Abby. Which he's just waiting for his... So with his town centre, he could actually make his town centre shoot the Jin town centre. You know, by selecting the town centre, right-clicking the Jin TC. He's not doing that. It would obviously kill the town centre faster, which I think probably would be the play, but he's leaving it on auto fire, which what that means is the town centre will attack any unit that's closest to its town centre. So if a villager walks by, it gets shot, which is good. But then it also will then, if there's no units in the zone, it will then aim for the nearest building. So at the moment, unluckily, it's that blacksmith to the north that's on fire. So now he's realised that he's attacking the blacksmith, so now he's changing the focus. But see, as soon as that villager spawned out of the yellow TC, if he left it shooting at the town centre, it wouldn't shoot the villager. So there's a fine line between, do you let villagers run away, or do you kill the town centre, if that makes sense? Because obviously if 2 or more get away, he's not going to surrender quickly. And he doesn't have any units over there to chase down villagers, because the Jin base is a maze anyway, and there's towers everywhere, so it's risky. So that's why he's sort of just waiting. He wants to kill as many villagers as he can, and then he'll kill the town centre, and hopefully Jin will surrender straight away. So he's built a tower here because he wants to use it to kill all of the archers and skirmishers. I did say when I was recording this earlier that this was probably a bit too safe. I feel like, how much damage is the tower doing here? I don't know, maybe it is worth. With the cav archers and his horses back here, I feel like this and this would have killed this. He probably didn't need the tower and the archery range. But it's very safe, so you can't blame him, can you? It's like, it's very safe. He's got archers there as well in the tower, so... Okay, so now he's slow pushing in, using his rams. He's using his bombard cannons. He's still got 6 alive, which is very good. Oh, never mind. He's got 5 alive now. That was quite funny, as I said that. Okay, now he's killed yellow's TC, so now he's literally on the stage of the run where you just cross your fingers and hope that you've killed enough villagers for yellow to surrender. Obviously, we know it's going to surrender, like now, because obviously this is the run he got. Now its last job is to kill light blue. So logically, you know that 30, what times are now? 30, 20 in the top left can be beaten, because light blue would be already dead, if that makes sense. So he should have already killed light blue. But this run, for its time, was very, very solid. Well, it was faster than my run, so I can't say anything at the time. So now he's killed the town centre. Blue's doing what we hate, which is running the villagers. if you see, they've all got bows out. So what that means is the AI's path them to go and hunt. And on this map, there's only 2 deer locations, and there's one in the top. There's one in the left side of the map, and there's one in the top right by the Great Wall. So what they're doing is going all the way across the map to hunt. So if any of those get away, say 3 of them get away, he won't surrender. So the run would be over. And luckily, he didn't. He surrendered, which is good. So this run was 16 minutes. So it was a very tidy run. 16 minutes 35. Very good run. So that was by Abby Dabla back in 2015. What a run. But we're going to move on to something even more crazier. On my list, also, before I move on from that run had similar strats to a French runner who did a lot of these levels called Lewis. I think his YouTube channel is like Lewis3215. So that run was very similar. So I don't know if they borrowed their strats or maybe come up with them on his own. I don't know. But they look very similar. So there's a run by a YouTuber called Lewis. Okay, anyway. Next run. This run's insane. Okay. It's going to be sick. So what we're going to do is change this. So back in the days, I need to find it again. And back in the olden days, there was a website called SDA, and there was this forum post from, I'm going to just do this, by a guy called Gone Bill. And this was posted in 2006, and he did a run of Genghis Khan 3. So we're going to look at this run, because at the time when we did our runs, we didn't know this existed, I don't think, from what I remember. And it wasn't on the speedrun leaderboard. So this run is sick. So we're going to watch this run quickly. So this was from 2006. So let me just put up, here he is, good old Gone Bill, with his sick paint photo on his profile. So what we're going to do, I'm going to show you this, film and TV. So it's not on YouTube, this run, I don't believe. Actually, I think someone did upload it for him. But anyway, this is the run I downloaded off the forum. Alright, here it is. Now this is what you call, this screams early days. Early days of speedrunning. So he's running this game in 800 by 600 resolution. I think he's running the Age of Kings edition. I'm not too sure. I think it's Age of Kings. There might be something that gives it away, but I'm not too sure. So this is what you call sick. Like, this run would be perfect if it had unregistered hypercam in the corner or something, do you know what I mean? Like, this is like this sort of error. Okay, so let's on to the run. So I'll try and explain where he is on the map and what's happening, because I imagine it's quite hard for people to know exactly what's going on. So he's took 2 villagers and he's sending them to yellow side. And he's sending them on a walk, and he's loading 3 more up and sending them to sort of the main island or the main continent. So as you can see by his run, he's not using, it doesn't look like he's using any hotkeys, which is, yeah, it's insane. Okay, so he's moving his villagers across. So I should also explain, the 2 runs we've just watched were on HD edition. This one's obviously, I think it's AOC, so Age of Kings, so this might be the 1st edition, or it might be, it's hard to say. I'm trying to think, things that got added in Conquerors were like, obviously the extra civilizations, but they also added stuff like farm reseeding was one of the big ones I remember. Petards were added, and there's a lot of other little things that were added that weren't in the original, which I can't quote them all because I don't remember. Okay, so 3 of his villages are just outside green, and he's found his gold mine, and the other 2 villages are on yellow's walls. I'll try and I'm going to just try and explain what's going on because it's quite hard to see. Luckily, I've played this level enough to know kind of what's going on the whole time. So the engineers have just died, so that means the mangonel has done its job. He's actually just got padded archer armor. I didn't realize that when I watched it earlier, which obviously is more defense for the archers and the cav archers. So he's moving 5 of his archers over. Okay, he's built a tower on his wall. So how the AI works is, especially back on this old one with towers, is first it will send all its units to try and deal with the tower. So yellow only has Chukanus, so the Chukanus are going to go pew, 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 similar to what they do with castles. So they're now shooting the tower. But once they run out of units, I believe that the AI will then send villagers, right? So how it does it, it goes, right, get that building. So all the villagers will go Hail Mary and start trying to stab it with their knives, you know, like villagers do. Once they get shot, the AI kind of goes, ah, they shot me, run away. That's kind of how this old AI works. So what's going to happen, I imagine we'll see it a little bit later, is that the villagers will run at the tower, thinking they're all, you know, Billy Big Balls going at it. And then they're just going to get capped down by arrows as they run away. So he's built 3 watchtowers also on Green's mining camp, which I did mention earlier. So that means obviously that Green can't take gold. So that's important because Green only builds Chukanus and Mangonels. And they both cost gold, right? So Green no gold, Green no units, right? So that's the idea there. So he stops Green for taking gold, so Green can't build any more units. Sounds good. So now Yellow's starting to run out of units now. He's still throwing Chukanus at the tower. Okay. So he's building another tower on light blue. And he's moving some vills in between light blue and red. I just can't believe how he's doing this run. Like, he's not using hotkeys. All his map traveling is done by clicking on the minimap and dragging where he wants to go. Mostly anyway. Oh yeah. If he's looking for something, see how he's like moving around the map by using the minimap? It's insane. Obviously these days we use hotkeys to double click, you know, if we say have our units, we would double click that hotkey group to, you know, go straight to it. Which is insane. That's why I think this run is like so much more micro intensive because like, and look how these units are not moving properly. And you thought pathing was bad in HD. And DE. Okay. So he's building some towers here. So these towers are useful because they're just off from red's gold. Once again, red builds scorpions, crossbowmen, right? So they both cost gold. So if red has no gold, red has less units. Cool. So as you can see, yellow's, like I said earlier, the yellow AI is still sending villagers to Hail Mary at the Hail Mary at the tower, and so it's looking good. He set his map up very well here. He's got four of his bombard cannons just waiting. Look, see how they're just Hail Marying at, and then he's got the cav archers there to snipe him as well. So Jin is not having a very good time right now. Okay, so he's adding a stable. So, yep, stable for horses. Cool. So it's a very, very tidy run at the moment. Like, I imagine if anything could have gone wrong, it would be villagers getting sniped, which can happen. So he's grabbing Scalebard and armor. Okay. There's a lot of dead bodies there. You just see that by that tower, the amount of dead bodies that are there. So that's like all of Jin's villagers probably. So those towers, it looks like they also brought out the battering rams from Red, which is useful. Not crazily good, but it, you know, it's useful. It's not game changing. So he builds a market here, so you can see he has 700 gold and 300 stone. So obviously he can sell his stone if he needs to, or you can buy some food for more horses or more scout calves. And he's moving in with his free BBCs. Okay. So now he's looking to kill villagers and the production building, the siege workshop, the archery range, and he'll kill the town centre. Queuing up scouts. And he's killing green from the underside of the cliff. Okay, and he's going in for yellow's town centre now. So this run for its time is insane. Thinking of all the strats, so he had a great understanding of how he wanted to kill his opponents. He wanted to ensure that they had no gold for red and green. For light blue, he wants to ensure that they're busy by obviously building a tower on their face will mean that the archer units and etc. will all die. So when he gets there, he can just kill the town centre. And also another great move there, if you see, he put his scout on no stance attack, or yeah, no stance attack, that's not right, no attack stance, that sounds better. What the hell. So that means that obviously once the monk converts it, the AI won't use that unit anymore because it's on no attack. He got unlucky there. He moved the battering ram in, but moved it too far forward, so it attacked the archery range. But it's okay. So with also with monks converting stuff, that's still the same to this day, even in the latest version of Definitive Edition. If an AI converts one of your units and you put it on no attack stance, it won't do anything. The AI won't use that unit again. It also happens in multiplayer. If someone converts my unit, I put it on no attack stance, the human player would have to manually change that, just as a random bit of information. Cool. The Sung was defeated then, so that means all his villagers were dead. And now he's slowly killing Red's villagers with scouts everywhere. If you see there, Gonbil had a good understanding of the hill bonuses. He moved that scout to the light cav to the top of the hill, which is very good. And now he's slowly killing Red. So he's just trying to scout around now. Oh, someone just surrendered. Red just surrendered. Now he's looking at yellow and wondering, is he going to surrender? Oh, is that everyone surrendered? I know, he's waiting for green. So green's the only one that's not been killed. So as you can see, this run obviously can save more time here. Because obviously everyone surrendered but green. But I imagine that Gonbil thought that green was already dead. But because he uploaded this run, this makes me think that this is one of the runs that everything kind of went right. I imagine he had, well, I've tried this level hundreds of times, and it's such a hard level to get everything to go right in one run. So this is why I'm talking about Into China. So he kills one Vil, and I imagine after this Vil he'll surrender, because I imagine the other Vil that just ran away is probably, you know, less than 2, and then he'll surrender. I don't know what, yeah, see, the castle's been deleted, and look, the mouse wiggle. We like the good mouse wiggles, alright? So that means that he's very happy and he's surrendered. He knows that he's done it. Like I did, a mouse wiggle. A good old happy mouse wiggle. in my early runs, I obviously didn't use commentary, so everyone would do like the mouse wiggle, and that was in 2006, and the mouse wiggle celebration is still a thing. And that was it. So that was the run by Gombil in 2006, when I was a young warthog. All right, good run. Okay, where we go next? So that obviously was added to the leaderboard later, but it was a sick run. So where we go next? On my list, we have another time. So there was 2 runs I could have looked at for this one. There's a run by myself or a run by Abi Dabla. Both use the same strat, and one was 1 second in-game time quicker. So we're going to look at my run. But there's another run that you could look at, which is Abi Dabla, which was literally 1 in-game second slower, but that's minuscule, really. So here we are. Oh, I'm restarting. So I'm actually talking in this one. So this is from. Oh, let me do professional person right here. Here we go. Look at this from 19th of December 2018. So not too long ago. A couple of years, a year and a half ago. See, oh, there's a big sigh then. So I'm trying to remember back. So when I was running this, I think I've been playing this level for a good 3 or 4 hours at this point, maybe more. Got a bit bad luck then, and how the units wouldn't get across the transport ship wasn't moving. I'm gonna actually speed this up a little bit. Actually, I'm talking, so it's probably not gonna work very well. I'll probably just sound really like a chipmunk. We'll leave it on normal speed for now. Okay, so I move straight across and grab the villagers. Makes sense, because obviously once we get the villagers, we can start getting on with the run. And we kill what we can. Nice. So Mangonel survives, and we got all the units. Okay, need the transport ship, so we're going to grab the transport ship, and we're on the run. We need to use these villagers. Okay, clicky keyboard I can hear as well. Okay, sorting out some hotkeys. I'm sending 1 Cav Archer up there. So in HD version, in all the versions, except for the latest one, you need to kill the engineers. Even though it says defeat Jin, was it green, red, and light blue? In this version, you need to kill engineers as well, even though it's not in the objectives. In the latest Definitive Edition and AoE 2 Definitive Edition, you don't need to kill engineers, I don't believe, anymore. So they fixed it kind of, because the original they kind of made it just a conquest game where you have to kill everyone. Cool. So as you can see, the run's improved massively from when I did it in 2015. You can see that I'm using hotkeys. My computer's got a lot better because the resolution's not what was it? It was very square, wasn't it? I think it was very bad anyway. So you can see there's a big improvement. Right. Anyway, let's talk about the run in itself. Let's go. Okay, villagers are moving down to yellow, so this strat's going to be the same as dropping the TC on their face. So you're probably thinking, why don't we just do the tower strat like we just seen in the last run that Gombil did? Well, that doesn't work in HD because the Hail Mary never worked really. It was never consistent. Like the villagers didn't care, so it would never be 100% accurate. So what we're doing here is the same strat of what Abi Dabla did on his 16-minute run. And we're going to run the villager away using some waypoints there, and we're in. That was very that was clean getting 2 in. I didn't get 1 in, but luckily I get a true canoe to let us in. Okay, here we go. So we drop a town centre like we've seen before, and we're using a watchtower on a hill near green as well. Okay, very tidy at the moment. The town centre is being built. There's quite a lot of RNG here, literally. There's a high possibility that yellow could path a Chukanute to start shooting my guys building the town centre. This is why this level's so annoying. Because you could easily start to lose your villagers and you lose a lot of time. So I'm looking back quite a lot. Oh, I'm talking. I can hear someone's putting away cutlery at my house. It was my girlfriend at the time. I'm saying it. No, I'm still with her. I don't know why I said it like that, but yeah, I can hear stuff in the background. I had my old mic, so it was really bad, and it picked up everything. I think this actually is probably just as bad as this one, to be fair. Anyway, so what we did, town centre's up. We move into red. We don't need the sheeps, as I just said. But what I did with light blue, which was a 6th threat, which I'll show you in a second when I go back, is I'm using the cav archers to move up and down the gold and the berries on stand ground, and they will just shoot any villager that comes by. So what this does is stop light blue from getting any gold, like we've been talking about all the time, that, you know, these AI need gold. If they don't have gold, they can't build any units. So I'm stopping him from taking gold. With no gold, he can't build any archers. And here we're fighting red head on, so not using the Abbey Dablaz strat of pulling the army out. We're just going Hail Mary. Obviously the bombard cannons take like no damage against use my words. They take no damage against arrows. So I'm struggling at the moment. I've nearly lost my archers. I've just lost the cav archer to the monk, so this run's going a bit. You can hear that I'm getting a bit annoyed already. And I've just lost my tower, which that's not meant to happen. So this run's looking a bit messy, so I'm going to rebuild my tower. I just heard a big sigh from myself then as well. Oh, now I can hear I'm talking to my girlfriend, multitasking. And I'm building a tower on the extra stone as well. So I built a tower there because there's a lumber camp there. So obviously if there's a lumber camp there, that means the AI is going to try and take wood from that location. So if there's a tower on it, he's not going to take wood. So it looks like I've done a good job here, except for I haven't killed the red town centre yet, which is confusing. Which I should have probably already shot down. Okay. So I'm trying to build a tower here, but looks like yellow's foiled my plans. Very rude. And I've given the AI a very rude comment. So, okay. So those two cav archers, like I said, were just blocking the gold and the berries, which was useful. And now red's lost his town centre, light blue's lost his town centre, yellow's losing his town centre. And we're moving 2 bombard cannons over to green. So now I've decided that it's time. I want a tower. So why am I trying to build a tower in this location where I've just placed that foundation? So there's a gold mine just to the left of that tower. So I really want to stop Jin taking gold, which seems to be a common theme with Indochina. Stopping the AI taking gold. Okay. I just had a bit of a comment. Am I really going to lose that? I guess I'm on about my towers. I just said there's a villager there, so I'm looking to try. So I obviously know that all these villagers are going to go on the biggest run ever of their life. So I need to ensure that they all die. Yellow's lost his town centre. I'm killing his vills. So another thing that I haven't spoke about much is how the AI will so the AI will surrender if they have, like I've said multiple times, no TC, less than 2 vills, right? But there's also another thing with this level, that they will only start surrendering from 20 minutes in-game time. So at the moment we're at 17. I just said there's 2 monks, but there isn't 2 monks. There's 1 monk, but I think the tower killed my villager and the monk didn't get the conversion. Anyway. So I'm sending down a cav archer. So how it works is when it hits 20 minutes in game time, the AI, Jin, Green, and a few others will start surrendering at that point, if that makes sense. They will only start surrendering once 20 minutes has passed in game time. So what we need to do is ensure that everybody is ready to start resigning at that time, right? Hopefully that makes some sense. So at this moment I have a minute and a half to ensure that all these guys will start deleting their buildings at 20 minutes flat. So now I'm panicking. I really want the tower to stop this happening. There's a gold mine and a stone mine. See how I'm running my veil into this? And it's not going well. So now doing what good people do, I send another 6 veils. The doubt tower will go up. Okay? That's my plan. That's my thinking. Get this tower up. Yellow surrenders. Like, I'm thinking I have 20 seconds to get this tower up. Can I get it up? So I'm spamming all the veils to force build. But it's at 60%, and I haven't realised that ain't going up.
Oh, Jin's dead.
Jin's dead. Yeah, so I was trying to get that tower up, but it wasn't needed, but I wasn't too sure.
Maybe? Maybe?
Maybe?
Maybe? Wow, I beat it. Oh, thank God. Woo!
And I'm so excited I even let out a woo.
Did
So
it? Be happy with me.
be happy with me. I'm talking to the girlfriend. She's like. So actually, this run was quite a big point in what I was doing at the time. After getting this individual level, I actually had every PC record on the AoE2 leaderboard at the time. So that was a big record. So I had every single run on the whole leaderboard at that time in 2000 and what was it? Late 2018. So that was good. So I felt good. I had every record, and I was, you know, sort of king of Age of Empires 2 leaderboard at that time. So that was good. Good times. So you're probably thinking that's probably where it all ends. Happy story, right? Nope. Definitely not. So there's another run. One more run we're going to look at. And a new runner joined the scene probably early 2019. Well, I joined the AoE2 scene. And his name is Tay. So here we go. Tay. And he always has his anime pictures up, which is fine. Here we go. I'm going to turn up the playback speed. So Tay joined the scene. He was also he did very well in the Age of Empires 1 leaderboard as well. So, and he did StarCraft, so he is a very good RTS runner. And he joined the scene. And give or take about, I don't know, a few months later, he took most of the runs on the Age of Empires 2 leaderboard, and he still has them to this day. And obviously, no one's really running Age of Empires 2, the original Age of Empires 2 anymore, because Definitive Edition came out, so everyone's sort of moved over. Let's talk about the run though. So he took his villagers, he's building 4 houses, a blacksmith, and he's sending 5 over to Jin. This song's sick. Listen to the song in like half speed, or quarter speed faster. It's a banger. Alright, anyway, let's talk about the run. So he's building some houses, he's getting up to, it looks like 30 pop, 6 houses. 6 times 5, and he's sending his 5 vills to do the same strat as what I did, or what we've been using for a few years. We're going to douche on Jin. So while he's sort of building up, he's going to collect the bombard towers and bombard cannons, like every run's done, which is fine. He's killing the engineers. Okay. So while he's doing that, I'm just going to say that obviously we know that the AI will start surrendering at 20 minutes in-game time, right? So how much time can you save? So every time a unit, or every time the AI, I'm actually going to explain this. Let's get back into the game. So how it's going to work, Jin's going to die. Come on, Definitive, you can load. So it looks a little bit more pretty because I'm on the latest version. So what happens is Jin has no TC and all his villagers are dead, right? So what the AI is going to do at 20 minutes, it goes, right, I'm dead, I need to surrender. So how it does it in the original, it will go, right, delete tower, 1 second, delete tower, 2 seconds, delete tower, 3 seconds, got it? So he has to delete every tower, the castle, the production buildings, and any villagers or military units that are left alive, okay? So he has to delete all these towers. I'm not going to count them all, but it adds up to around 50 seconds for him to delete everything. 53 seconds it took in my run, so he has to delete all these towers, all these people, all these buildings, and then he surrenders, okay? So how can you make this faster? Like, how is Tay going to make this faster? You know? How is he going to speed up that? I don't know. It's on a set timer because he's deleting towers. Same with Green. Green has to go through the whole of the Great Wall of China and delete these keeps. So that takes time. And that only starts happening at 20 minutes in-game time. So we're going to find out how Tay obviously speeds that up. And here we go. So he's using the same strat here as stand ground and patrolling his cav archers there. Okay, so like I said before, the cav archers are going to stop the golden come for the light blue. He's attacking the wall with one villager, and then he's running the vill away. And obviously he's hoping that the gate will open, and the gate's open. Is the game sound too loud? I don't know if this is too loud. Turn it down a little bit. Okay, so now he's building the town centre on its face. Like the same strat as what we've been using for quite a while. And he's using the bombard cannons and fighting without the horse support. But he did some good micro with the bombard cannon. He moved him back without losing him, and he's moving up. So he's queuing villagers, obviously going to stack them all in the town centre to start shooting. Doing a douche on yellow. Oh, I didn't put this up. There you go, sorry. Yeah, so this is from about a year ago, year 3 months ago. 19th of March, 2019. Okay. So he's building a tower by yellow. He's building another tower on green's gold. He's killing red slowly with his bombard cannons. He's trying to aim for the production buildings, obviously stopping building archers. He's double towering on Jin's gold. And it's looking pretty tidy at the moment. Now he's aiming for the town centre. Oh, he's trying to get that crossbowman as well. And now he's at the Great Wall of China shooting towers. Or keeps. So the AI is really panicking now. You see the yellow AIs just doing some crazy stuff. Okay, so now he's aiming for villagers. So he needs to kill, like I've said multiple times, he needs to be less than 2 villagers. No town centre, which we've already got no town centre. Did the quality just change? Come on, we need the quality. This is a quality stream. Here we go. Yep, so Red's pretty much dead. He's just hoping he kills all the villagers. Now, he's just sent his transport ship in with his battering ram and he's killing Yellow's towers. Jin doesn't have murder holes, so that means he can't shoot directly down, so that ram's not going to take any damage while underneath those 2 towers. I'm just going to say this song sounds like a beast, by the way. So he's still killing villagers. The AI is going mad. Jin can't find anywhere to collect any resources. 2 bombard cannons going to green to start killing his buildings, or his town centre at least. Actually, I think he's already attacking the town centre, but yeah. So he's killing, using that battering ram to kill the towers. And it looks like he needs to repair that town centre because his only had 700 health and the opponent has 900, I think. So now, so he's dropping a tower on his face. So now he's not shooting the town centre. What the AI will do here is when the town centre is on fire and he can't garrison, the AI will still try to garrison in that town centre even though he can't. So what will happen is, if you see here, how the units just keep running underneath the town centre, this is good, because obviously Tay's building a tower there to start shooting the vills. So this is decent. So he doesn't want to kill the town centre straight away, because obviously villagers can start running away. If the villagers run away, he loses time. So he needs to ensure that there's no villagers left and the town centre dies before 20 minutes in game time. So now he's focusing the tower. He knows that he thinks he's got all the villagers. Now we're at 1920. There's 1 vill there, but she's going to run to her death, it looks like. Yep. So he needs to ensure that all the vills are dead, which is looking good. So now he's beaten this villager in time with the music. Okay, red surrendered, so we hit 20 minutes. The surrendering's coming in. He's now put up the full list. Now he's hoping for green and yellow to surrender. So he's slowly, so like I said, he's deleting his buildings one by one. And he does beat it with a 46, which is insane. So obviously the time save for this level is literally because he killed those 4 towers. 4 towers with the rams, with the ram. Those 4 towers must save roughly, you know, 4 in-game time, you know, 5 in-game time seconds, sort of thing. You know, he's saving time by killing the towers. He's forcing the AI not to delete the towers, which takes longer. So this run is still the record at the moment. So we've been through the whole of Into China from the original Age of Empires. If I filter obsolete runs, so here's the leaderboard. There's not too many people who run it. There's not a long list, but this level's, I wanted to talk about this level because it's probably the hardest run there is, I would say. So I don't know if that went well or poorly, but this is the second time I'll be talking through that because my recording stopped the first time. So hopefully that went okay, but any feedback, blah blah blah, hi YouTubes and chat, whatever, because I'll be uploading this. So yeah, and maybe I'll do another one depending on if there's another level that's that interesting and I can talk about for an hour or so. So there is also runs for the latest one, which I could quickly show. We can have a quick show. I probably won't watch the whole thing, but I can skip through the main points. So this is on Definitive Edition. Tay's the only one who to do a... Well, there's 2 runs, but Tay's is actually a quick run. I don't know when this was done, but I don't know what this is, but the strat changes completely for this run. It's like we're going back in time. I did have a quick glance at this run. I'm just going to skip through how it's currently, but I don't want to talk too much about this run because I do want to start working on this level and start improving this on Definitive Edition. So Tay's strat is to build town centres, boom up, and then he goes for castle drops. Is the long story short, and it's kind of weird because that's where I started with my first run. Back when my run was 2015, my route was to build a town centre, boom up, and build castles everywhere. So it's like we've gone full circle. So I won't look through this whole run, but I can link it in the description if people want it. This Tay's run is on the leaderboard, which is great. So into China, what a level! So I'm just going to say a thanks now, and I will talk to you later. But for Stream Boys, I'm still live. Haha! Man, my voice hurts now. I hate talking for that long. Alright, how did that go? 3 out of 10? 10 out of 10. Alright, I need to get more water, man. Alright, be right back. Okay. Alright, I'm going to do some testing on this level now. I've just spoke about it for an hour and a half, so I might as well do something. I hope my thing didn't cut out. Yeah, I hope my mic's it's still working. So what are we going to do for this level? What shall we test? I think we test...
Great Khan, we have captured a transport ship.